Best Academy, a step towards the success. So dear students, the topic of today's video is resistance of the conductor or conducting material. Okay. So dear students, in the previous video, we had discussed about the Ohm's law. Okay. So I hope you have watched that video. If not, please watch that video for the better understanding of today's topic. Okay. The link will be given in the description. From there, you can watch the video. Okay. So let's start today's video. Okay. Dear students, according to Ohm's law, V is equal to Ri. Okay, so this is the mathematical equation or expression of Ohm's law, where V is the applied potential or voltage and I is the current flowing through the circuit or through the conductor. Okay, and here R is the proportional constant known as the resistance of the conductor. Okay, so how can we define resistance? Resistance is the property of any conducting material or conductor which opposes the flow of charges or current in the conductor. Okay, so what is the actual meaning of resistance? Who opposes the current or charges inside the conductor? Okay, so we are going to see this in detail. Okay, so dear students, now I am going to explain what is the meaning of resistance, or we can say what is the cause of resistance. Okay, so let's see with the help of an example. Okay, now dear students, I am going to explain the cause of resistance. Okay, so to explain that, here I am taking an example. Okay, suppose the half of this board represent a classroom. Okay, so here this is the entrance point, or we can say this is the door from where the students will enter in the classroom. Okay, and at this corner a table is placed, okay, over which the students' practical copies or notes copies are placed. So what is the aim? The aim is that the students have to enter from this door and they have to take or collect their copies. Okay, first of all, let us assume one student enter in the classroom and he has to collect his notes copy from the table. Okay, now dear students, he is free to follow any path. Okay, he can go from this path or he can follow the another path. Okay, so any path he or she can take. Okay, now dear students, suppose if two students enter in the classroom, okay, suppose one student go from here and second students go from this path. Okay, so now okay, there will be no problem of collecting their copies from the table. Okay, but now dear students, if 50 students entered in the classroom, okay, so what will happen? So definitely there will be a little bit collision among the students because they all have to go and collect their copies from the same table. Okay, now let us assume more than 100 or 100 students entered in the same classroom. Okay, so here what is happening? The number of students are increasing. Okay, now they have entered in the same classroom, and what is aim? The aim is to collect their copies from the table. Okay, so definitely in this condition there will be a collision among the students. Okay, so now what is happening? The time of collecting their copies, it will be increased. Okay, so we can say because of collision among the students, now the time of collecting their copies, it gets increased. Okay, So dear students, why I have given this example? Because the same concept, the same phenomena happens inside the conductor. Okay, so let's understand actually what happens inside the conductor. So for that I am going to explain with the help of a diagram. Okay, so let's understand that. Dear students, let us understand the actual cause of resistance with the help of this diagram. Okay, so here this cylindrical body represents a conductor, and inside the conductor we know that there are huge amount of free charges, that are electrons present. Okay, and here we have connected this conductor with the help of a battery. Okay, or we can say we have applied a potential difference V across this conductor. Okay, and here this represents a switch. Okay, so dear students, what will happen when we will switch on? Okay, so when we will switch on, then what will happen? The current starts flowing through the circuit or through the conductor. Okay, and the direction of current, it will be from the positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal of the battery. Okay, but dear students, what actually happens? So dear students, when we switch on the circuit, so actually the electrons starts traveling from the negative terminal of the battery. Okay, so here the electrons are entering from the negative terminal of the battery in the conductor. Okay, and all they have to reach towards the positive terminal of the battery. So all the electrons have to reach at the positive terminal of the battery. Okay, so actually dear students, what is happening here? We know that inside the conductor we are having millions of free charges or electrons. Okay, so when we apply a potential difference across the conductor, so all the electrons are now directed and they start traveling towards the positive terminal of the battery. Okay, so dear students, now you can see that now the direction of all the electrons are same. Okay, all they have to start traveling from the negative terminal of the battery and they have to reach at the positive terminal of the battery. Okay, so during this journey of electrons, there are collision among the electrons. Okay, so one electrons collide the other electrons, and that electrons again collide with some other electrons. So in this way we can say when the electron starts traveling from the negative terminal of the battery and starts traveling towards the positive terminal of the battery, so there are so many collisions among the electrons. Okay, so we can say the collision among the electrons are the main cause of resistance, because collision is a kind of resistance or kind of obstruction to reach all the electrons to the positive terminal of the battery. Okay, so I hope dear students this explanation will be clear to you. Okay, as I told in the example, all the students has to reach at the same table and collect their copies. Okay, in the similar manner all the electrons has to reach towards the positive terminal of the battery. Okay, so again I am concluding that the collision among the electrons inside the conductor or conducting element is the main cause of resistance. Okay, so I hope this will be clear to you. Okay, I hope dear students आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा होगा. Okay, so please like and share this video as well as subscribe my channel. Okay, so मिलते हैं next video में. Till then, be happy and take care of yourself.